Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. NASA created this huge facility to test out their rocket engines. Every time they conduct a test, an enormous amount of hydrogen and oxygen gets mixed together. As a result, these engines are basically pumping water vapor into the atmosphere. After about an hour, this water vapor will eventually fall back down as rain. This person pulled her car over because she heard a strange sound coming from her engine.
Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. Oh my god!
Давай, Кидо. He's the world champion in basketball freestyle.
Over 250 Amish men gather together to help move a barn. Sweden has begun creating electric roads for people to drive on. These roads will charge your car while you drive on it.
The car will automatically sense the power unit and start recharging the internal battery, once again leaving you to fully concentrate on driving. There is no electrical outlet or cords. The induction plate could even be built into your driveway.
This guy made himself his own automatic M&M launcher. If you eat all this, you'll probably die. This isn't pasta, this is actually how many pharmaceutical companies make medicine. The ingredients are mixed together and pushed out into long wet strands. After they go through this process, they'll be ready to be formed into pills and tablets. This is called the Flip, and it's a research vessel owned by the US Navy to study how the ocean works. What makes this so unique is that this boat is designed to float in a vertical position. The vertical position makes the vessel much more stable compared to a traditional boat. Someone discovered that the Google Maps car accidentally captured the moment a man started falling down the stairs.
Carl, come on.
This company designed these incredibly powerful rings that glow in the dark. This photographer likes to create movie action shots using toys. This is a porcelain crab, and they like to open their little arms to capture food particles that float by.
What is that thing?
People saw this weird light fly over Los Angeles, but apparently it's just some guys in wingsuits. They put fireworks on their feet and flew across the sky as a publicity stunt.
3, come on, 4, one more. Come on, hold it, hold it, hold it. Are you okay?
In 1986, the Chernobyl disaster took place in the Soviet Union, where a nuclear facility exploded, turning the surrounding area into a wasteland. Because of the radiation, this place is now completely abandoned. This person went to go check out the damage and was surprised to find a man living with his 92-year-old mother. Apparently, after the explosion happened, they just never moved.
Нормально, вкусно.
Ну, ешь, детка, ешь. Ты так мотай хорошо.
Хорошо.
This soldier came home from deployment to surprise his son at Taekwondo class. Because he was blindfolded, he had no idea he was training against his dad.
Daddy?
Once a year, there's a huge snowball fight that takes place in Russia. People build a giant snow fort while other people try to take it over. This little cat saw this big cat on TV and got scared. This honey badger saw her baby about to get eaten by a jaguar and came to save the day.
Here comes another one. Here comes another one. Whoa! Jesus. Look at that.
The baby was just a little shaken up and should make a full recovery. There's an app that lets you see how your Wi-Fi signal travels through your house. This company created a program that allows anyone to make their own masterpiece.
This technology allows us to create a smart paintbrush so that if you wanted to create a new picture, you can just draw the shapes of the objects that you want, and the neural network can then fill in all the details.
I'd like to see that tree reflecting in that pond.
The real advance here is that we're able to synthesize images with a lot more diversity and more fidelity than we were able to in the past.
These ducks decided that they wanted to give surfing a try. This person discovered that this company uses the same cutout pattern for all their puzzles. By combining 2 or more puzzles together, he can make some beautiful works of art. This person went paragliding over a volcano in Guatemala.
Yeah, go. Go. BAM!
I'm gonna make the water disappear, look. Ta-da! Is that impressive? Look. Like that.
Working out is so much easier if you have someone else doing it with you.
Med baksiden, det bättre på gutten liksom en gång. Kör du bakåt! Oj, oj, oj!
This dog jumped out of its owner's car and ran all over the freeway dodging vehicles.
And I'm here watching. Look at everyone's out of their car. I'm in front. She's running. He's running. They're all trying to catch the dog. Bro! Another guy. Look, he tried to corner the dog. The whole family.
The good news is that the dog was eventually safely captured.
Here, dog, come here. No!
This rock has been censored. This is Congo tourmaline, which is a gemstone that has been cut in a special way that makes it look pixelated.
Hey, can I get one? Thank you. Hey, can I get one? Thank you.
This is what happens when you shake a soda can and open it deep below on the floor of the ocean.
Cola carbonated beverage here at 2.5 atmospheres, somewhere deep below the sea. This you should never try at home, shaking up your Coke, because you know what's bound to happen when you take your Coke and you open it up and it sprays all over the room. Didn't happen. Look at that. That's physics in motion right there, Archimedes' principle or Boyle's law or something like that. Yeah.
13. ¿Qué pacho? No bajó, pero yo creo que no subió mucho.
Is it good?
I'm going to. Si quieres lo agarras. Ya.
This newborn calf needs medical attention from this rancher. The instinct from the mother wants to attack and stop the man. The horse was trained to keep the mother back while the calf is being taken care of. This guy went to a jewelry store and told them he wanted a better look at a gold ring under natural light, so they let him take the ring outside for a better look. He then took the opportunity to just walk away with it. This family ordered food to be delivered to their home. When they looked at the security footage, they saw that the delivery person was drinking from their milkshake. This is a kangaroo rat, and they can be found in the deserts of Arizona. This particular rat was about to get captured by this snake when it suddenly kicked it in the face. This cruise ship suddenly lost power in the middle of the sea. Without any power, the ship was unable to remain properly stabilized in the rough waves. Over 450 people were evacuated and saved by rescue helicopters.
Get that on video.
Officially over.
This guy started his own business that became very successful. He then surprised his parents by writing them a letter telling them that he will pay off the mortgage for their home.
No, hijo.
Oh, I love you. Thank you, Papa.
This is what a volcanic eruption looks like from the International Space Station. These people forgot to put their garbage can on the street to be picked up. This man still went through the extra effort to take it out anyways. This is called malachite, and it's a type of mineral that's usually found in China and Central Africa. These people own a bear sanctuary where bears can recover and help get rehabilitated before being sent back into the wild. The Amazon rainforest is getting smaller every day as more trees are cut down. Just a few months ago, scientists discovered an enormous system of hills and tunnels that were created by termites. Without the cover of trees, secrets are being discovered that remained hidden within the forest. For over 4,000 years, these termites created giant mounds on the floor of the rainforest. These termites created a system that is roughly the same size of the United Kingdom. This is most likely the largest construction project ever created by an insect or animal. This animal rescue organization went out to protect endangered sea creatures when they were suddenly attacked. Local poachers started attacking their boat because this organization stopped them from carrying out illegal hunting. This person found a wild kitten that has never socialized with humans. By putting some chicken on a spoon, it was the first time this kitten bonded with a human. After several weeks of training, the kitten is now properly socialized and happy. These people were ordering food from McDonald's when they discovered a glitch that allowed them to get free food. By ordering 10 burgers without any meat and then ordering 1 burger with meat, the system gave them a discount. The discount was so large that it simply gave them the food for free.
We'll take it away, why not? But when it gets to this screen, we'll find that all the Pattyless burgers had $1.10 taken off them, so they're all negative 10 cents. And there's our regular burger, which is just $1, leaving the total at $0.
State parks in California are dealing with a problem where bikers are destroying signs. Many of the bikers want to go off the designated trails. This is harmful because many areas are off limits as they're protecting endangered plants and animals. PetSmart has a policy where you can bring in any animal as long as it's on a leash and you can control it. So these people brought in a camel.
It's mostly hair. Good boy, got him.
Oh yeah, take him to the groomer. He could use a little bath and blowout.
It was just a regular day at the gym when a car drove straight through the window. The driver said her brake pedal wasn't working properly, so she couldn't stop. Nobody in the gym was seriously hurt. Here's a dog running at 34 miles per hour. This guy climbed on top of a ski lift chair to go to a different one. This is what it's like to be a dog groomer. This person went skiing down a mountain when they triggered an avalanche. India recently completed the construction of the largest bird sculpture in the world. The sculpture took 10 years to make and was carved using a hammer and chisel. This dog has a job at baseball games where he picks up the bat when the player is done with it. In this situation, the umpire picked up the bat for the dog and the crowd was absolutely disgusted.
Sean Murphy.
This player does an excellent job at tricking the goalie without even touching the ball.
Yay!
Come on, come on.
Located in the desert of Chile are giant geoglyphs that haven't changed in over 1,000 years. The people from this time used these rocks to create different art formations. Some of these formations were used to help calculate lunar and solar cycles and compare weather patterns. Unfortunately, some companies are using this desert as a space for free advertising. This is how populations of countries have changed throughout the years. This cat was born with a thumb. He was born with a genetic abnormality that makes his first digit in each paw long and separated from the body. So this cat is totally fine, it just looks like he's always wearing mittens. This person attached a device to his skateboard that allows him to pull off some gnarly tricks. This person got stuck waiting for the worst train possible.
Bruh. Why is you bagging up? It's bagging up. What is you doing? He's going forward again. What is he doing? Car bagging up again, dog. I'm really not trying to be funny, dog. What does he keep bagging up coming forward for?
The sun will sometimes have eruptive events called a corona that creates a loop of fire larger than Earth. This particular video is a time-lapse of an event that lasted over 21 hours. This is called the Mega Marvin, and it's an instrument that is sometimes used to make music in scary movies. Many trucks have these side guards to help with the aerodynamics of the trailer. These guards are now being reinforced to provide extra safety in the event of an accident. Someone took a living tadpole and put it under a microscope. You can clearly see how blood cells move throughout the body. These criminals used an excavator from a nearby construction site to steal this ATM machine. This is a growing problem in Ireland, as this is the 11th time in the past 6 months these same people have stolen an ATM. They placed the ATM in a van and then drove away.
As long as you lift it from behind, you're good.
Yeah, I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah, just get it off.
This person dressed up as an astronaut to show how strange and exotic Earth really is. This person took a crazy amount of makeup and turned themselves into a baby. A scientist took a frog egg, fertilized it, and noticed that the cells started to move only after a few minutes. This is probably the greatest pizza box ever invented.
Manufactured from 100% recycled and recyclable corrugated cardboard. The top of the green box tears along 2 perforations and creates 4 serving plates. The bottom of the box breaks down into a convenient storage container, which is handy for leftover pizza and easy to recycle due to its compact size. The storage container fits conveniently into any size refrigerator.
This person parked in front of a driveway on purpose to annoy her neighbors, so the neighbor decided that he would just move the car himself. If you swing a magnet at a chunk of copper, it comes to an immediate stop.
The magnet's momentum is slowed by opposing magnetic fields generated by the flow of electrons in the copper. And since the electrical energy isn't being collected by a circuit for any useful purpose, it dissipates into the lump of copper as heat.
This photographer went to Yosemite National Park and spotted these 2 baby cubs wrestling in the road. The mama bear was close by, keeping watch.
I want one. They're like puppy size.
Oh, they are so. One of them is so small.
Yeah, I would give it a little bit, but I thought one of the cubs was under there, but they're both.
No, they're both there.
They're both there.
Is there another bear? No.
It's just the 3 of them.
There's the 3 of them.
Yeah! Woo! All right, look at that. Hey, woo!
This chimp is smart enough to know how a phone works.
What's he been up to? Hanging out with girls on the beach? Oh, touching snakes. That's always dangerous. Oh, that's you. That's when you guys almost...
This person has a unique way of revealing his artwork. This is a defense mechanism used by owls to scare away predators. A photographer in Hawaii found this massive stream of lava pouring into the ocean. To show how big this lava stream really is, you can see a drone flying close by. Scientists found a shy flapjack octopus trying to hide from the camera.
Esophagus, so they shouldn't be swallowing anything too big or they'll explode their brain.
Oh,
look at dust in my eyes.
Wrapping up.
Bright light.
This is what scientists do.
Sorry.
When we're really excited.
This person knows how to make some incredible pieces of sand art. In case you didn't know, the tusks of an elephant never stop growing. This particular elephant was over 60 years old, and her tusks were almost dragging on the ground. These people were confused when they saw a beluga whale swim right up to their boat. They noticed that the whale was wearing a harness, so they helped remove it. This particular whale was most likely trained by the Russian military. Countries such as the United States and Russia have a long history of using dolphins and whales for military purposes.
Hey!
This is an iron anvil that weighs 110 pounds. By placing this in a tub of liquid mercury, the anvil will actually end up floating.
Let's push it down. Oh, it's hard to push down. Oh, that's great.
The iron anvil floats because mercury has a density nearly twice that of iron. In fact, due to the density ratios, the iron actually floats better than wood does in water.
This dog stole a camera from their owner and started running away with it. What you're looking at right now is the spinal cord of a baby fish still inside their embryo. This is a close-up time-lapse video showing how the nervous system of a fish grows inside of the egg. If you search the word Thanos on Google, your links will start to disappear. Here's a cool trick you can try at home. If you take a plastic ruler and quickly bend it in direct sunlight, your camera will make a weird effect. This will only work on your phone camera if you record in a vertical format. This man wanted to become a goat. He didn't want to simply act like a goat, he truly wanted to become a goat. He even visited a neuroscientist to try and disable his ability to speak. After a few days of trying to become a goat, he eventually returned to being a human. This is what happens when you remove a balloon from liquid nitrogen. As the gas inside the balloon warms up, the molecules begin to expand again like normal. Here's a great demonstration showing how a sinkhole is formed.
Depending on all those soil properties we talked about earlier, this process can take days to years before anyone notices. Many of our subsurface utilities are placed directly below roadways, and the paving often acts as a final bridge above the sinkhole, hiding the void below.
This is why it's so important to wear a hard hat on the job site. A small nut or bolt falling from a few stories up can have devastating effects. These people were staying at a hotel when they woke up to elephants drinking from their pool.
This is incredible. I was told yesterday they don't fill the plunge pool anymore because the elephants come and drink. It's true.
This artist discovered a way to paint using fire. In this particular piece, he made a face out of flames. This guy found himself a baby squirrel that loves to get thrown around. This is what the tip of a pen looks like under a microscope. You can see how the ink covers the ballpoint.
Like a rabbit.
This photographer traveled to some of the most remote areas of Greenland to capture its true beauty. There's a program called the Human Library where instead of checking out a book, you check out a person instead. People from many different backgrounds gather together to talk about common stereotypes. The hope is that people will learn not to judge someone based on their beliefs, where they come from, or how they look. This teacher is holding a regular jar filled with water. Because of water surface tension and air pressure, the water does not fall out of the jar when she removes the cover.
In all directions, but pushing upwards to hold the liquid in, right?
Yes.
And if I take this off, what should happen?
Pushing up the water.
Should come out, but
That's not fair.
Witchcraft. What is this?
John, no, Gabby move, Jonathan move.
Yeah, okay.
Move for a second.
He's taking a. That's not okay.
And why is it?
This person created a strawberry that screams whenever you cut into it. This baby elephant was found incredibly weak and unable to stand up. The closest elephant hospital was over 6 hours away, so the baby had to go for a ride in a helicopter. After a few days of care, the elephant is now happy and healthy. Oh yeah! These firefighters rescued a baby deer that got stuck in a sewer drain.
Well done, guys.
My dad and I like to feed the squirrels that live by our house. They usually shove their faces up against the glass door until somebody feeds them.
Hi. Come on. Come on.
About once every 7 years, there's a nature path in Brazil that gets completely submerged underwater from heavy rainfall. This violinist developed a case where he couldn't stop shaking while he played. As a result, he had brain surgery to stop his shaking. The doctors asked him to play the violin during surgery to figure out the cause of his shaking.
You see, because Roger's tremor was so small, it would be difficult for Dr. Lee and his team to tell if the electrodes they were implanting were in the best possible place to stop the tremor.
The surgery was successful, and his shaking has disappeared. These gorillas at a zoo were afraid of the rain and decided to go inside.
Cage is making a run for it.
This person was tired of people constantly speeding through her neighborhood. To get people to slow down, she'll stand outside with a hairdryer.
Look at this brakes go on.
These scientists put tracking devices on wolves from different packs to see what their territories would look like. This artist can make tattoos that look like an embroidery patch. This is Fisher Island, located in Florida. It's currently the richest zip code in the United States. The average annual income for residents that live here is $2.5 million. It's pretty much a private island where super famous people hang out with other famous people. These people were cleaning windows on a building when it suddenly got extremely windy. The wind pushed their basket out of control and over the edge of the building. After about 30 minutes of getting tossed around, firefighters were able to control the basket and save the window washers. In case you didn't know, we have a lot of junk floating around Earth. The red dots are satellites, the blue dots are rocket bodies, and the gray dots are miscellaneous space debris. It's estimated that there's over 500,000 pieces of space junk floating near Earth. Almost every piece of debris is traveling at speeds of over 17,000 miles per hour. The debris is usually created from a rocket launch or satellites crashing into each other. Astronauts that live in the International Space Station frequently need to take maneuvers to avoid crashing into space debris. This is called a hydrolamp, and it uses a cool light effect to make it look like water's traveling upwards. There's a type of horse that can grow a mustache. This snake just swallowed an egg, and if you listen carefully, you can hear how they crack the egg to get to the yolk. This crow fell in the water and was starting to drown. The bear grabbed the crow and brought it back on land. After a few minutes of drying off, the crow flew away. Every time this dog receives a treat, he does a little dance to celebrate. This person was commentating a baseball game when he became part of the action.
Wins on the young season, the 1-1. Cordulo swings and fouls it off towards the broadcast booth, and I make the catch on the foul ball. I am very proud of myself. I hope somebody got video of that, as I caught it on the fly. Boy, am I impressive. What a play by me.
If you take a regular soda can and put it in hydrochloric acid, you'll discover a secret underneath the aluminum. The reason why your drink doesn't taste like metal is because there is a thin layer of plastic. This plastic is extremely thin and fragile and will break when touched.
It's put in to protect the drink from leaching metals out of the can. You are really drinking out of a thin plastic container that's inside an aluminum beverage can. The bottom dome isn't dissolved because it's much thicker than the sides.
NASA recently announced that humans are going back to the moon in 2024. The plan is to build a permanent moon base to help with future space missions. The moon base will be placed close to where there is an abundant source of water ice.
These are the challenges we face to push the bounds of humanity. We're going to the moon to stay by 2024.
This person made a giant ball made of matches and burned it. This family found a massive dust cloud silently move its way through Australia.
To get in the picture now, that's how close to us it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, wow.
This person was playing basketball when a male woman stopped by to hype him up and deliver his mail.
Good boy.
A journalist was walking in a remote desert area in India when he noticed something strange. In the middle of this barren land, there appeared to be a massive jungle. The journalist found a man by himself and talked to him. It turns out that this one man has been planting trees in the desert since the 1970s. The jungle that started from nothing is now larger than Central Park in New York City.
অত্যন্ত অৰণ্য হোৱাৰ কাৰণে 115টা হাতী তাতে 3 মাহ দিন থাকে আৰু সেইদৰে গড় থাকে।
Many cocoa bean farmers around the world grow the bean to make a living, but have no idea what it's used for. This person gave some chocolate to these farmers in Africa as they've never tasted it before.
C'est doux. C'est doux là.
Vous aimez?
C'est vraiment intéressant. C'est doux. Oh.
The United States and Russia are the two largest arms dealers in the world. Here's a great visualization showing where these weapons are being sold. This company wanted to test out how strong their building materials were by creating the largest earthquake test ever. This company developed the ability to bring famous people back to life. They only need one single picture of someone in order to place it on the face of a person who's alive today. What's interesting is that you could probably take a picture of a deceased friend or relative and make them come back to life by making a new fake memory. In case you didn't know, this is what a koala bear sounds like.
Water. Mila, say water.
This robot was designed to make traffic stops safer for both police officers and citizens. Every year, thousands of police officers and citizens get involved in physical altercations. The hope is that this robot will limit the number of potential incidents.
Oh my god!
These people cut a giant circle in the ice just to spin it around.
So they're holding on to my loofah, which they shouldn't have, and Wilson fell asleep.
This is called mitosis, which is when a cell splits in half, and this is what's happening in your body right now. That's it in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later. Entrance into Area 51, and nobody really cared.
Don't do it! Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Oh
my god.
Oh no.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh no.
Yep, she's just going. Good luck!
She might make it to the other gate on the other side.
Oh my god.
Law enforcement was standing right there and watched her do it. The reason why security isn't too worried is because there's 10 miles of empty space between the main gate and Area 51.
Nobody ever heard noise like that before.
This employee at Disneyland is struggling to hold on to these balloons. This homeless man lost his dog, but was recently reunited.
Hey, Bobby! He don't love his daddy. Him don't love him daddy. Him don't love him daddy. Him don't love his daddy. Him don't love his daddy. Him don't love his daddy. Oh, that's my boy. That's my boy. That's my little boy. That's a time.
The Google Maps car was driving in Argentina when it captured this unfortunate event. This little turtle jumped on the back of this bigger turtle. Here's a cuttlefish changing its colors in a mesmerizing fashion.
It's a great day at Chick-fil-A. My name is JJ. How can I serve you?
I'm gonna serve myself, thank you.
Please get back in the car. You can't. Excuse me. You can't do that.
Here.
Get
Grab the
back in
saucer.
your car. It's not my pleasure. Hey, Paul. Some guys out here.
Get in.
Now you out of the car.
Good, go.
This person owns a giant bunny that's over 4 feet long and weighs 50 pounds. The owner states that her rabbit is pretty much just a big, slow dog.
They're no different to keeping smaller rabbits. In fact, I'd say they're easier. The giant rabbits plod round like dogs, whereas the small rabbits, they tend to burrow. So I'd say the large rabbits are much easier to handle.
Leora, sit. High five.
Oh, I got the smartest cat in the world. Have a treat, there's your treat, baby. Enjoy that treat, baby.
This fox tried to sneak into this eagle nest to steal an egg. When the eagle scared the fox away, she called in for help. Only a few seconds later, backup arrived to save the day. Tesla just released a new update that allows your car to roll right up to you without a driver.
Let's see what it does. All right, here we go. Gonna press the come to me and hold it down. Car's backing up. There is nobody behind the wheel. It is driving itself to come pick me up. There's no driver. Driverless car came to pick me up.
Here's a bear that kinda looks like it ate another bear. If you wake up early and go to the beach, you can see some incredible views like this. This company uses hundreds of drones to create some incredible designs in the sky. This beverage cart started spinning out of control at the airport.
Gonna hit the airplane, here it goes.
The spinning was eventually stopped when a worker rammed another cart into it.
That's how you do it.
Here's a fuzzy bunny that almost doesn't look real. This massive tornado was caught on camera in Colorado back in 2016. In case you didn't know, this is what ears look like on a raven. This little puppy fell asleep in about 2 seconds.
Buddy, we gotta put some back into it.
You're ridiculous, Bowser.
Oh, he fell asleep.
Oh my God. Is he? I can't see.
A photographer filmed this airplane creating rainbow contrails in the sky. This fish has a really strange appendage in its mouth that it uses to catch smaller fish. A giant plane flew right through the middle of a city in Australia as part of an annual air show.
What a beast!
This dog gave comfort to a little kitten taking a bath.
Trying to pet her. Say, oh, it's okay. Say, it's okay, little cat. It's just a bath. It's okay. I love you. Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson surprised this 100-year-old fan by singing her happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marie Grover, who turns 100 years old today, and I'm so honored that she's my fan. Happy birthday to you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Happy birthday, Marie. I hear you're very...
This is what a sea turtle looks like when it falls asleep on the ocean floor.
Leonard, can you bowl? Yay! You did it!
This is how a sea urchin moves around. The urchin uses its spikes as legs to move itself wherever it needs to go. Skiing in a glacier in France. This dog doesn't really care that it's getting hit in the face with a tail. Here's some beautiful drone footage from the inside of an abandoned factory. This mother bought her child an anime sweatshirt because they love anime.
Mom, what did you buy me?
It said nice, so I bought it for you.
Oh, depressing.
This child was trying to make a chocolate bowl using a balloon when the balloon suddenly popped.
I didn't clean the bowl. I mean the balloon. Oh god, it's heavy. What's this? Mom?
These people found a little puppy stuck in a bottle.
انسانیت که میگن اینه. اما خودت
After a few minutes, the bottle came off and the puppy was free. This little cat hasn't had its morning coffee yet.
Oh no. Who's that out there? Oh my god.
I went for a walk and found a praying mantis warming up in the sun. If you look closely, you can see a little black speck on each eye staring back at me. These people were diving off the coast of Norway when they discovered a giant egg sac. The sac belongs to a squid, and the sac contains thousands of individual baby squid.
Hast du Hunger, Stefan? Iss mich. No. Ah, Stefan! Iss mich! I don't understand. Game over, Herr Stefan.
Have you ever had a day where you just feel like this? This person dropped their camera in the water, but this beluga whale was kind enough to retrieve it. By using a fan, some toilet paper, some tape, and some catnip, you can give your cat the best time ever. This is a moon snail, and this is what the egg sac of a moon snail looks like. This little kitten hurt its leg and needed to be wrapped up.
Not good video quality.
Every time this dog gets pets, it makes a funny face. This is what it feels like to be stepped on by an elephant. A photographer drove a remote control car around to see how different animals would react.
О, пошла.
The Russian Navy tried launching missiles during a military event, but it failed. Nobody was hurt as the rockets landed in the water.
Yeah, just send me that email. I'm just gonna step in.
Oh! Are you kidding me? Sorry. It says wet paint.
Yeah, just send me that email. I'm just gonna step in.
Oh!
This jungle guide just kinda sorta burned himself.
It looks like the hippos are gonna attack the boat, but I'm gonna scare them off like I did my last relationship. I love you! I want a commitment! Okay, I think it worked. We'll never hear from them again.
Here's a little tiny koala. The koala was rescued when the mother was unable to keep feeding her.
Ellie?
This guy figured out how to eat an unlimited supply of floating fingers. This is what happens when you have two pizza places order pizza from each other.
Hi, this is Papa John's on Hackberry. How may I serve you tonight?
You called Pizza Hut on 15th Street. This is Jim. How can I help you?
Sir, this is Papa John's. Would you like to hear our specialties tonight? We've got an $8.99 pepperoni large pizza.
We have a $7.99 if you would like to place an order for that.
Sir, this is Papa John's. You called to place an order?
You called me. This is Pizza Hut.
There's a stairway on the side of a mountain in Hawaii for those brave enough to climb it. You don't need to have snow in order to enjoy skiing. This is what it's like to be in the middle of a feeding frenzy with nurse sharks. This is probably the most colorful nudie branch you'll ever find in the ocean. Here's a kitty that loves licking a pig.
Bless you. It's the time of the year we get real colds, don't we? Little sunset.
Я обещала показывать вам милых пациентов. Хоба, посмотрите на эту мордаху.
These two cats are fighting for the right to sit next to this warm computer. If you go snowboarding in Finland, it'll look like a winter paradise. This tree was struck by lightning and started burning from the inside out. This person made a skateboard that expands and collapses on command. This is where the bodies of most whales end up when they die. Deep down on the ocean floor, small creatures eat up the remains until there's just a skeleton left over.
So I don't see any red tentacles or anything yet.
I see some brown fuzz on the vertebrae.
Yeah.
I mean on the ribs. So those might be
approximately. Oh, this is so cool.
I think that is
meters, 450 meters.
Okay, so what's happening is the ship is tracking a line and moving along as we're moving towards the cone. So the ship is moving Argus away. Hercules.
Are you okay?
This guy tried proposing to his future wife, but ended up tripping some poor child instead.
I'm so sorry.
This is how ears work. Sound waves go inside of your ear and hit your eardrum. The eardrum sends vibrations all the way to something called the cochlea. The cochlea is filled with fluid and hair cells. The fluid moves these hair cells, which creates neurotransmitters that send messages to the brain. A parrot was filmed in Brazil rocking out and busting a move. This garbage man noticed this elderly woman was struggling to bring in her cans after he left. Now every time he empties the can, he brings them back into her garage.
Uncle, good to see you. God bless you as always, darling. You're looking good, like that hair. You got it down.
This glob of water represents all of the accessible fresh water on Earth. As you can see, it's very, very small. A pack of hyenas started nipping at this water buffalo, so it ran into the water to be safe. Back in the 1960s, the Lockheed U-2 was an aircraft that the US military used to spy on other nations. The plane flew so high in the sky that it would skim on the edge of space. The pilots had to dress up in gear that resembled an astronaut suit. A doctor wanted to demonstrate his surgical precision by sewing a piece of fabric onto the membrane of an egg.
Here he comes. Where'd he go?
Did you get it?
This person created a plastic cup that expands when exposed to hot liquids. The plastic can expand to create specific designs on the cup. This pet snake likes to bury its face into the fluff of its favorite blanket. This artist makes tattoos that glow when exposed to ultraviolet light. Here's a beautiful shot showing what it's like to walk through the mountains of Norway. In the spirit of Halloween, here's a spooky jellyfish that looks like a ghost. The red sphere you see is an isopod that wanted to go for a ride.
Oh, what is that?
That is so cool.
This is our ghost coming.
What are we looking at?
The ghost
Like
of Picnic
Pac-Man.
Nest.
It's got to be a jelly. What
How big is this?
is it?
Let me paint it with the laser.
This is what happens when you give ferrets a whole bunch of toy balls to play with. These people attached a camera to a weather balloon to see what a solar eclipse would look like from space.
No problem.
Thank you. See
No problem. Yeah, you guys too. Have a good night.
You can make yourself a homemade battery for your phone by using salt water, zinc, and copper. It might take longer than using your power cord, but it could be a fun science experiment. This cat found itself the perfect mattress.
Oh, she's like the best bed ever. She's a great big wool blanket. Look at that. Look at you.
A wildlife photographer found hundreds of hippos all hanging out in one place.
So good.
This person was flying their drone when a bird came and attacked it. This baby rhino likes to get its horn rubbed every night before going to bed.
Come on.
Bus. What's wrong, Potato? Yeah.
This dog was diagnosed with kennel cough and needed to wear this respirator for a few weeks. This truck was driving on the highway when it got stuck on a barrier and started taking down light poles. Nobody was hurt in the process, not even the driver. There's a flight of stairs in the bottom left corner of the video. This cat rushed over and stopped this baby from falling down the stairs. This person created his own handheld laser that can pop balloons. This dog was afraid to use an escalator at an airport, but the owner was nice enough to help out. This company made a type of motorized surfboard that allows you to smoothly ride the waves. A massive tornado destroyed parts of this factory in Greece. This company created a type of material that can bend light to make the object behind it disappear. This hunting dog was searching for prey when it accidentally bumped into a pack of wolves. The wolves didn't attack the dog and were just a little curious. Here's a turtle with a really long neck. This artist has the incredible ability of creating two portraits at the same time. One portrait is made with her left hand and the other is made with her right. Every time this person comes home, their dog greets them with a big smile.
Oh, Starsky. are sick. Starsky!
Here's some beautiful footage of a helicopter coming to refuel while also carrying some heavy cargo. This is Roger the kangaroo, who reached internet fame for being the buffest kangaroo in the world. Unfortunately, Roger passed away from old age about 11 months ago.
Been a while since he stood up to me, but here he is, standing opposite me, flexing the guns, saying, "Bring it on."
This is what the daily morning commute looks like for some people. This child tells her mom that she took too much candy from this house on Halloween.
It's okay, come on.
Aladdin is on his way to steal your girl. This person left their car window open overnight and found their car filled with stray cats. This person fell off the train and the doors closed before she could get back on. This cat is wearing a raincoat because it keeps getting wet when it drinks water. There's a type of cream you can put on your body that matches your skin color and hides your tattoos. Here's a cat that always looks confused. Using deepfake computer technology, this person had the opportunity to interview various celebrities at the same time.
To the beat of my own drum, I do what I want. I'm a producer these days, And I do my own stunts, I do everything.
Do you produce all the impossibles?
All the impossibles. Every single one until...
That's impossible. Seriously, think about it. Do the math.
Love for Seinfeld.
I mean, ultimately, it's a show, but there's nothing. It's about nothing.
But even nothing is something.
Well,
You're a Head and Shoulders commercial gone wrong, okay?
What else? Sneezed on me.
This is what a beach in Pakistan looks like. The Andromeda Galaxy is on course to crash directly into the Milky Way galaxy. The collision of the two galaxies is expected to happen in about 4 billion years. This person was caught stealing blankets from this moving truck.
This lady's stealing pads from my truck.
No, I'm borrowing. You can have them back when I'm dead.
Can I have them back now?
No.
Here's a really good boy that loves to get pet. Here's a cat that just kinda gives up on life. An artist created a structure that can take you to another dimension.
Oh.
This person quickly pulled out their phone and captured this boulder tumbling down a mountain. The boulder didn't hit anyone and nobody was hurt. If you haven't heard the news yet, Motorola is releasing a smartphone next year that's also a flip phone. This phone will give users a sense of security knowing that they don't have to worry about their screen getting shattered or scratched. I understand I already made a video titled A Real Life Gummy Worm, but this caterpillar actually looks like a gummy worm.
Oh, this one is nice.
Walmart and other large department stores are starting to use robots to take note of what's selling well and what isn't.
Light bulbs, so it can take pictures of everything on the shelf. So here's what this thing is doing. As we speak, it is taking lots of pictures of everything that you see on that shelf right there in an attempt to see what's missing from store shelves.
Here's a calcite crystal that looks like it's made from the skin of a dragon. These children had the opportunity to meet the Grinch for Christmas. This person went for a walk with their duck, and the duck was wearing shoes. This duck went for the ride of its life.
Is he okay? He's right there.
Being bound to a wheelchair won't stop this person from rock climbing.
Allez. Yeah.
In Iceland, the beaches are made of black sand. What you're looking at right now is a cell moving through the body of a fish. This cell is moving around and cleaning up any junk it could find. Those blue dots inside the cell is junk it already cleaned up. This bolt uses a color grade to tell you how much more you need to tighten.
This will help prevent overshoot. This step method also works well when using sockets that can obscure the view of the indicator during tightening. Once the color of the indicator matches the tight color block, the smart bolt is properly tensioned and you can stop tightening.
This person was born with a rare birthmark that goes right over her eye. That's in this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Hello everyone, this is your Daily Dose of Internet. This person was born with a condition called coloboma. Someone with this condition can normally see just fine, but might have difficulty driving at night. This customer was being rude to this cashier, and the cashier wasn't having it.
$5.67. Oops. Oops.
These people were filming a car commercial when they accidentally crashed their cars. These people saved a baby sea lion that had plastic garbage wrapped around its neck.
That's it?
What do you think these turkeys are talking about? What you're looking at right now is water freezing, melting, and boiling at the same time. This is called triple point, and every known element can go through the same process. This is what it's like to go paragliding off the coast of Morocco. Here's a cat that loves to sit and do a funny thing with its paws. This is a baby aye-aye, which is a type of lemur found in Madagascar. This little lemur is only 16 days old and was born at the Denver Zoo. Many commercial airlines are introducing a feature that allows passengers to view a live camera feed of their plane. This is a time-lapse video showing a plane arriving in Los Angeles.
Oh. Blue! No! No, sir. Hey, you can't be doing that to Harvey.
This guy created a giant Olaf snowman that's over 22 feet tall. The Canadian government created a campaign to get cars to slow down at crosswalks. For the past few weeks, Australia has been battling some intense wildfires. This is what the wildfires look like from space. Here's a graph showing what causes the greatest number of deaths around the world each year. Did you remember to water your tortoise today? This hawk landed in a tree and started searching for a squirrel when the squirrel made an incredible escape. This person successfully landed a quadruple backflip using a bike.
Ale nie, psy to mają, Jasiek, nie do siebie że... A kot jest dystyngowany, nie? Kot?
This poor little llama has had a very long day. This is how fast planets in our solar system rotate compared to Earth. Some planets have days that are much shorter or days that are way longer than us. This dog is super excited to see its best friend. This person made a stop-motion animation using fuzzy wool. This is what it's like to go snowboarding in the dark of night. Here's a baby cuttlefish hatching from an egg. Internet. This person trained their dogs to remain perfectly still. This was a scary moment where these people were walking through a jungle when they bumped into a gorilla on accident. The tour guide told them to look away and be quiet and hope that it would ignore them.
Move back here. Step back here. Come back. Slowly. Here, to my side. All of you.
It seems like the most exhausting time of the year for everyone. These people found a wild horse with its foot stuck in the hair around its neck. The rescuers helped untangle the foot, and the horse was able to walk again a few minutes later.
It's running around, doing circles like this. Nice.
There's nothing better than a relaxing day in the beach.
Dude, head somewhere else.
Okay,
that'll work. No, get your own spot.
Found you guys. Dang it.
Here's a box that's more than just a box. This cat hates its own reflection. This little cuttlefish wanted to say hello to this giant finger. This person casually floated down on their parachute when they were instantly attacked by a gang of kangaroos.
What's up, Skip? Hey, back off! Back off! Go away! Kangaroos.
This monkey and this husky formed a friendship together. This person created a stop-motion animation of what it's like to make breakfast using Legos. Here's a candle that burns around in a circle.
Hey Milo, there's something serious I need to tell you. You're adopted.
This person tried to drive away and refused to accept that their car was getting towed. This fish was trying to attack this drone.
Dapat fotonya nggak? Video aja. Udah nih. Ikan lu loncat-loncat. Wih gila ini ikannya. Gila kena.
Check out the lightning fast reflexes of this frogfish. This is what it's like to fly straight down in an F-16 fighter jet. Students in China made a giant jump rope during recess.
Coconut. No. 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 I know what you're doing. No. Ah!
How are you doing that?
Got a Nimbus 2000.
Oh, I see.
Mirror.
Wait, is that my longboard?
Oh, Longboardium Leviosa!
Zach, my longboard! Come on, man, get back here! Dude, not!
Betelgeuse is a nearby star in the night sky that's so big that it would swallow our entire solar system. In a few thousand years, Betelgeuse is expected to explode into a supernova. The explosion will be so bright and large that it would look like this in our sky during both day and night.
One. Good. Two. Good. Three. Good. Good.
Tesla, burrito. Be sad.
Here's a way you can turn your bike into a boat. That might have looked cool, but the behind the scenes really isn't. This wingsuit pilot flew straight through a hole in a rock. If you're feeling stressed out, take a moment to relax and enjoy the views from Iceland. Internet. Here's a really creepy bird that sounds exactly like a crying baby.
Hey, this is Nico having a temper tantrum, getting ready for a show, and now she just said, "Why are you crying?" Nico, are you done? This is what I go through every day, and people think I have a crying baby up here. I will show you. It's really just Nico. Nico. You are such a baby. Yes, you are. Now people are coming in because you were crying.
I have a question for you guys. Who did this? Who did this?
This man pranked his wife by putting an egg in her mouth while she was asleep.
Полезно яички сырые кушать.
Ты что, ты больной вообще?
This person grabbed their dog and brought it over to another dog while waiting at a stoplight. This cat is giving this dog a really nice massage. You can own a personal and customizable self-sustaining ecosystem. Here's a cat that has a very flat head. This person made a mechanical wooden whale. Internet. This is what it's like to jump off a foggy cliff in Switzerland. This child got a banana as a fake Christmas present, but couldn't be happier. This is what it sounds like when you drop ice down a deep hole made of ice.
Oh, that's out. Oh my god! Catch it!
These guys went ice fishing and found the most unusual fish.
I just want to cut my hand. Jesus Christ, this thing is cooking.
This is how northern lights are created in the night sky. The sun will create a giant solar storm filled with plasma and send it towards Earth at speeds of over 5 million miles per hour. The magnetic field of the Earth forms a type of funnel for the plasma gas from the sun to pass through.
The magnetic fields stretch further back and couple together. The magnetic rubber band breaks, and gas from the solar storm streams along the magnetic lines towards the poles on the night side.
A huge wave had this surfer flying through the air. Have you ever wanted to swim with a bunch of rays? This eagle caught a fish and it had to defend its food from everyone at the waterhole. These guys went peacefully sledding down a snowy hill using a wooden table. This person likes to go on bike rides with their dog.
Hey, 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 hey!
There's a trend where parents give bananas to their children for Christmas, but the kids don't really care. This is what it feels like to float among the clouds. This is what a digital sundial looks like. Every 20 minutes, the sun changes the time on the sundial. This dog unwrapped its own Christmas present.
Cash. Oh my goodness. What is that, Cash? Oh my. Oh my goodness. Did you get a puppy?
This person has a chubby cat that's always begging for more treats. Internet. A few months ago, a city in northern India experienced massive flooding. Everyone on this bus evacuated after it got stuck, and just a few minutes later, the floodwaters took it away. This poor guy had a difficult time escaping from these rough waves.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
One more.
Danny, get up!
This bus driver saved a student that was about to walk in front of a car that ignored the stop sign.
That was a good grab. What happened? I didn't think this truck was gonna stop either.
Does anyone know how this works? As soon as he puts his foot in the water, all the bubbles pop. Many people living in this village in Sri Lanka like to give bananas to this elephant when they drive by. As a result, this elephant will stand right in the middle of the road and wait for people to feed it bananas. Unfortunately, some people are in a hurry and can't stop to pay the toll. The ink in this pen turns into a completely different color when it dries. I bet you've never seen a hole quite like this one. Here's how quick a jumping spider hunts for food.
Bingo. I don't even know if I caught that. Don't even know if I caught that on camera.
Every tortoise loves a good massage. You just need to find the right spot. Internet. This is a Burmese peacock softshell turtle. It's a turtle that doesn't have a hard shell, and it feels leathery and slippery, which makes these turtles some of the fastest swimmers. A firefighter found a baby kangaroo that somehow survived the fires in Australia.
Hey! I found a baby Joey in the fire. Yeah, buddy. Hey.
This is what happens when you put 60 layers of wax on your hands. Here's a really cool shot you can get with a drone and a flamethrower.
Pizza now has even more cheese. If it were any cheesier, it would sing to you.
That was a really quick shot for a pizza commercial, and this is how they made it.
Okay, ready? And action. And forward.
Does anyone want to go for a walk in the Himalayan mountains? Here's a behind-the-scenes look of a stop-motion animation. Here's a really cool cloud front that formed over a town in Argentina. Here's a quick trip through some massive baobab trees in Madagascar. This plane was trying to land at an airport in England and had to land sideways because of the strong winds.
Hey Google, make a chimpanzee noise.
This is a chimpanzee.
Here's a really thirsty raccoon. There's something called the Well of Death in India where people drive around in a dangerous circle. This student jumped in the emergency shower in chemistry class just for fun, and the teacher wasn't too happy about it.
Push it up.
No.
Delete it.
This cat discovered a surprise underneath his blanket. There's a place in Italy that has rock formations that look like they're from a different planet. Erosion from water and wind help create these mysterious pillars. These fish are fighting over dominance, but it looks exactly like they're kissing each other. Here's a little bird that needed to be pet.
Yay!
This lizard is on a level of chill I'll never reach.
Oh, you got puppy kisses.
This man found a bird with its feet frozen to a metal fence. The man blew hot air on the feet of the bird until it was free.
Here we go, little birdie. Go ahead and fly away.
Just toss it, she says.
This bird stole some food away from the sea lion.
Ask her to get us. Ask her to pick us up. Abby. Oh no, I'm gonna eat that. Oh my god. No, it's because we microwaved it.
Peas are this lizard's favorite food, but it can't decide which one to eat first. This photographer stabilized his camera in a way that showed the Earth rotating. This person probably has the most beautiful and perfect handwriting in the world. All of her notes from school look like a textbook. The smoke from this incense burner flows like a river. That's in this video. Hopefully I was able to make your day just a little better, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later. A few days ago, there was a volcanic eruption in the Philippines that created a lightning storm. This is called volcanic lightning, and it occurs when an eruption creates static electricity.
Yeah! What the?
Here's a bird that knows a few tricks.
He'll raise his foot and give it to me. Thank you. Good boy. He also gives kisses. Give me a kiss. He also dances. He can make like different sounds like peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Where's the dinosaur? Yay! Yay, dinosaur! You're tired? You don't want to do it anymore?
These people helped rescue a sea turtle that got trapped between some rocks. Another sea turtle was patiently waiting right next to it.
I'm about to do. Come on, get those elbows out. Let's make this happen. Let's go. It's gotta hurt. New year, new you. 2020 is yours, man. Let's make it happen.
Got me some water.
This squirrel really wants to play with this Rubik's Cube.
Oh, look at him. He wants that thing. He wants that too. He wants to take that to his house. Look at him. What's he doing for it? Squirrel Cubert? Oh.
There's a marketplace set up on an active train line, so these people have to move their stuff every time a train comes through. This cow was rescued from being slaughtered for meat and got to experience the outside world for the very first time. This dog has some incredibly beautiful eyes that make it look like a Disney character. This person found some water that was right in the middle of transitioning into ice. This cat tried squeezing through a tiny hole in this chair. Here's a deer that loves eating bananas. This person can take their nose and push it to make it completely flat.
Merry Christmas, Nigel. You want a donut? Help yourself. Nice.
Oh, hey, this is my face 5 minutes after being outside in Minnesota. This is my face 15 minutes after being outside in Minnesota. This is my face an hour after being outside in Minnesota. This is my face 2 hours after being outside in Minnesota. Oh, I'm going in.
Here's a dog that looks like Baby Yoda.
Are you rocking the oversized look, mate? Are you rocking the oversized look, mate?
This cat had to go on a trip to the vet.
Hello? Hello? I hear you. Stop.
This person works on a cargo ship and makes time lapses of his travels around the world. This person bought an old plane, put it in the middle of a forest, and decided to make it his home. He has a bed, a kitchen, and whatever he would possibly need to survive on a plane.
The chute!
These people train their pet duck to play the bongo using its feet. This person went gliding over a mountain in Switzerland. These are striped eel catfish, and they swim together as a giant group to protect themselves from predators. This person broke their phone in a way that created a constant beam of green light, so they turned it into a lightsaber. This guy likes to visit authentic Chinese restaurants and amaze people with his fluent Mandarin.
Ooh, this one. Mushroom with duck flattened. Oh, fish dumpling. 呢個好食定係呢個好食 Ooh, this one. Ooh, this one. Evan， 你要不要过来跟我享受一下？这个真的很好吃。告诉你，受一下，这个真的很好吃。
This is a picture of every single full moon from 2019. You will notice how the moon appears to wobble. This is called libration, which shows different parts of the moon during different times of the year. This little tiny house has an organ that's worth over $1 million. The organ is so big that it takes over several rooms in the house.
The owner recently passed away.
He couldn't play, but he wanted an organ in his house, so he had it put in.
We installed this organ in a period of about 5.5 years.
This person found a baby ringtail possum freezing outside and warmed it up inside his car. These students visited an elephant sanctuary, and this elephant slapped a phone away.
Oh! Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I guess we don't get too close.
What's it gonna do with the phone?
The girl wasn't hurt, and the phone didn't break. This person went to BYU, which is a strict Mormon university, to ask students what their favorite swear word is.
What is your favorite swear word?
Gosh dang it. That was
Is that it? Dang it?
Yeah, gosh dang it.
Dang.
Dang it. Shoot.
Shoot?
Yeah.
Like shoot.
Shoot.
Flip.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Dang it? Probably dang it.
Fudge.
Fudge.
Yeah.
Fudge. I like fudge. All of us like fudge.
This dad has a 4-year-old daughter who's already an expert snowboarder.
Bravo. Lagres gort le leva.
This person caught a raccoon sneaking into their house to steal dog food. This photographer filmed this incredible sunset of a pier in California. There's an island in the Philippines that's inside of a lake, that's inside of a volcano, that's inside of a lake, that's inside of an island, that's inside of the ocean. Have you ever wanted to shave a horse? This person walked into their room and found their cat stuck between two curtains. This is probably the fastest jump roper you've ever seen.
Let's go.
10.
This French TV reporter was doing a news story when she got taken out by a giant wave.
You okay, boy?
What?
An artist created their own concept of what social media might have been like in the 1990s. This guy put on a sumo costume and started doing flips just to see what would happen. Here's a helpful guide that explains all the different types of coffee. There's a squirrel that comes around my parents' house and knocks on all the windows until I eventually give in and feed it. You want some food? You want some food? This dog likes to stop by this car wash to get a good rub.
Что делает собака? Какая она находчивая собачка. Они говорят, работники заправки, что она постоянно выжидает, как...
A few days ago, NASA released the clearest and most close-up view of the sun ever. Each blob of solar plasma you see is about 800 miles wide. A diver found an octopus that changes colors in a mesmerizing fashion. Mumbai, India has a major car horn problem. When people are waiting at red lights, they will hit their car horns even though that fixes nothing. For one day, the police introduced a system where people have to wait longer the more they hit their horns. Here's a really wrinkly cat. This person was walking to their car when they suddenly got run over by a deer. Luckily, the person wasn't hurt and got right back up. Here's a newborn elephant trying to walk for the very first time. That's the end of this video. I hope you learned something new, and I'll see you guys again.